Hey everyone, how's it going? So basically, I'm just going to do those two review videos of those builds I did. So this is the first one, the G3258 on that Lenovo motherboard that I bought with that i7 4770 for 165 bucks. I'm going to do another video of that. I'll be posting it after this one. Yeah, so basically I had an old G3258 laying around, an old Asus motherboard, so I swapped it out with the i7, and now that's in another case with an actual like Asus motherboard, so that'll be a lot better and easier to sell as well too, and as well as it's just for if someone doesn't feel confident as much in like their ability for building or anything like that or buying, then they know they're getting an Asus motherboard instead of the Dell Lenovo as well too, right? So again, the issue with this one is got the proprietary USB. Now in the front there is one, so I was able to hook up either USB or the power button, so I decided the power button, and then I just rerouted like on the other Lenovo. I rerouted the USB and the audio and the speaker or microphone port to the front as well too, or the side here, right? So basically this one's got G3258 on the Lenovo motherboard, 250 gig hard drive I just had kicking around, so I tossed that in and put Windows 10 on it. It's got a 750 Ti and 4 gigs of memory with a 340 watt power supply, right? And it's in a bit Phoenix Commander case, I believe it is, or Commando, I'm not sure. But yeah, so I had this case laying around as well too, right? So basically, I just, again, another Dota 2 League of Legends machine, whatnot, right? So I managed to get the 750 Ti working, so I might try to, I believe what the issue is I don't think it will pair with the 2400 because I don't think that motherboard, the PCI lane, has enough power to go out for this graphics card, and I think that's what was the issue too, right? So yeah, so you can see here basically the settings are basic, but if I go to even best looking, as well too, still pushing even 100 frames and stuff like that as well too, right? So but yeah, but basically, yeah, so I just want to show if you keep the counter up there, not going to bother going any lower or anything like that, because even on the highest settings it still runs that, right? So that's the GPU, but again, like that's what I might try and put it again with the 2400 if I can. But yeah, this is just like the tutorial stuff. Alright, so yeah, if you can see that, that's basically the frame counter right there. So again, I'll leave it there for a second and just let you guys see what it would be like during a battle, and then keep an average. So it's 75, I guess, right? So yeah, so again, like that's basically what it is: 3258, 750 Ti, 4 gigs of storage. What it ended up costing me was pretty much I had this stuff laying around and everything like that. So the RAM I swapped out, the 8 gigs that did come with the i7 4770, I swapped it out with the ones in the other Lenovo actually. So that's why this has 4 gigs of RAM and stuff like that, and that's the 2400 Lenovo, I mean. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And I have some benchmarks and stuff like that, 3D Mark and Cinebench. The pros, again, super cheap build and stuff like that as well too. If I priced it out, it probably would have been about the same as the other one, about 115, 125 bucks. The cons, again, are just the issues with the adapter. You just gotta always remember the parts and stuff like that. Some of them, the USB ports and everything, and the power buttons are all proprietary for like those motherboards, those companies, Dell, Lenovo, and stuff like that. The I/O shield in the Lenovo though pops out. You don't have to cut it out of the case, so it's a lot easier. This one was plug and play, so it worked right away with the GPU. This board, because I assume it might be just a bit better because it was with the i7 that the PCI lane has enough power to put out for the 750 Ti. But that's the only reason why I suspect this one was able to work fine, because it did not work on the Dell motherboard, or it did not work on the Lenovo motherboard as well too, right? But that 1050 Ti had a separate power 6-pin as well too, right? So it was fine. The hurdles, I just had to put Windows 10 on it, which is easy enough. I just had to route this around the back, which was pretty easy. Everything else was plug and play too, right? So yeah, so basically pretty good, decent computer and stuff like that. I'll exit out of here in a second, and then show you basically as well too the benchmarks and everything, and then I'll give you a little look at it as well too first. The only issue with this one I want to really show is that the Lenovo again has the 14 power pin connector, so you have to get the adapter. So this is the adapter right here, the 14 pin. The Dell has the 8 pin. So essentially, I just picked this up off eBay, or actually this one off Amazon for $7, but you can pick them up off eBay or Amazon as well too, cheap, right? So the front power button can connect right there, and then that's where like the proprietary USB and stuff like that is as well too, right? So again, pretty easy. Another League machine, League of Legends machine, Dota 2 and stuff like that, but you could pretty much probably do Fortnite at low settings as well too. Again, I'm gonna attempt, now that I have this GPU working, I might try and swap it back with the 2400 and then put the 730 with this. But I'll do another video on that later on if I'm able to do that too, right? So, alright, so I'm gonna exit out of here and then I'll show you guys that stuff. And then that's pretty much it. Probably didn't like me doing that to it. Just quitting it mid-game. So the G3258 is a 2-core 2-thread. That's the only issue. That's why, again, like, I'd rather put the 750 Ti with the 4-core 4-thread 2400. So here's the benchmark score when it pops up here. And then I'll do the Cinebench. The Cinebench, though, is already, I can tell you, it's like 450 or something like that. It wasn't like the greatest, so. But it's also this just like horrendous load time from the hard drive and stuff like that as well too, right? So. Alright, so there it is, 10,000. See, like, the graphics got 15,000, this got this. So, like, this, the CPU, so, like, this CPU is literally half of the 2400. And then this was 5 times, the GPU is 5 times the power of the 730. So, I might as well, it'd be better to pair them back, because the 750 is probably still even not really strong enough for the 2400, but. And then you can see the Cinebench score of 443. So this is running at 3.2 stock. You can overclock it as well too. That's the only good thing with the G3258. The only issue is it's not really useful application to do it on this Lenovo motherboard. On the other Asus board or a different motherboard, which would be better as well too, right? So, but that's pretty much it. If I think of anything else, I'll put in the description, stuff like that. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Bye.